Okay, so, and those who don't know me, my name is Justice. I work for Bell Mortgage. I like to do a lot of video stuff, and I like to do education things. So before I became a loan officer, I was a licensed school counselor, a licensed therapist, and then I taught community college psych courses. So a lot of my background is in education and trying to make people better. So I kind of try to apply that to my job as a loan officer, because you'd be surprised how much therapy can come into play in our jobs. I know you all know that as realtors. And with the education side, I'm hoping just to be able to provide educational content for you guys, so to help better yourselves and make you more, I call it the modern mortgage originator, but for you all would be the modern agent, knowing that AI is coming, videos here. If you're not doing it, you need to. And let me know if you need questions or want to partner on any of that kind of stuff, because I do tons of video. But okay, yes, your microphone is muted because I can't figure out how to unmute it. Yeah, so you're all good with that. So again, another WebEx trouble. You're supposed to be able to communicate with me, because I'd like this to be more of a discussion than strictly a presentation. But yes, you are muted. You only have to listen to me for so long. So let's get this thing rolling. I'm just going to get this thing here. Okay, so one of the reasons that I host these classes is really just to give some more educational feedback to you guys and try to be more of a partner than just a vendor. We all know the loan officers, we can really be a commodity for clients and for realtors. So the idea is that I'm trying to provide more value, because obviously it's a little bit harder in our position to provide leads, and we do what we can, but this is a way for me to provide some value back to you. So let me bring in this. I'm going to stop my video, and then I'm going to share my screen. And then if you could all just confirm that you can see that. And I just want to bring up the chat, so I have that over here. So in the chat, if you could just let me know that you can see the presentation, that would be fantastic. It might take a hot second to load. Okay, sweet. Okay, sweet. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so again, the idea, I want to be a partner, provide some more value to you as agents. Then, we all want leads, but it's a tough market right now. And being able to provide leads is not necessarily, it's kind of like swimming upstream for us loan officers, but if I can provide some sort of value in another way, that's what I'm looking to do. So with ChatGPT, it's the newest AI, and it's making tons of headlines. And how many people have already heard of this or started using it? Obviously, there's only a couple of us here in class, so let me know if you've already been using this in your business. David, yep, you're already on it. Denise has tried it. Okay. You're not old. I've seen your photos. You're not old. Okay, you've tried it. Yeah, Coral, you and I talked the other night. You're trying to some funny stuff, but not for business. You're going to find that this is going to be super valuable for you in business. So it can really help you reclaim your time spending writing listing descriptions, social media content, emails for your clients and prospects. You can use it for scripts for videos, which I've used it a ton of, phone calls, blogs, web copy for your website, and everything that involves putting your thoughts into words. So what we're going to go through here quickly is, what is ChatGPT? What's the interface look like, and how to navigate that? Then how to specifically use ChatGPT, and then show some case files and how you can use it and how you can apply it to your business. So when we're done today, I'll be asking if you found your time here valuable. And obviously, I'm going to be asking for some interaction on chat, not on, I wish I could unmute you all, but do it on chat. And then if you have any colleagues or friends that you know or teams that you think this presentation would be valuable, please get a hold of me afterwards, and we can talk about trying to schedule something or getting that together. So first of all, what is ChatGPT? Well, here's the Geek Squad version of it. So ChatGPT is a variant of the GPT, or the Generative Pre-Training Transformer language model, that is specifically designed for generating human-like text in real-time chat environments. ChatGPT is a type of artificial intelligence model that is trained on large amounts of text data, and it's able to generate coherent and contextually appropriate responses to prompts. And yes, that's what ChatGPT said it was when I asked it. So in a more simplistic form, ChatGPT is really just a general purpose chat box that creates AI generated content. It can essentially create an answer or response to really whatever you ask of it. So you begin by asking the chat box a question, and it will then generate a reply to and respond to that question. So obviously stick with me here. There's going to make a lot more sense as we go on here. But the OpenAI software with this is said to be exploring ways to monetize its chat box and ChatGPT with a pro version. So that's already out. And when I started putting this presentation together, it was only free. And then now it's grown to, there's a pro version of it where you pay $20 a month. And I currently don't have the pro version, but I will plan on getting it. What it really does is it opens up the platform so that way, which I'll explain in a little bit, but if it gets bogged down, you kind of get locked out, you can't use it. The pro version allows you to skip all that. It also has something called turbo mode, which it starts using some other features within ChatGPT. So the current version of ChatGPT is GPT-3, which has about 175 billion parameters that it's currently being trained on. Coming soon is going to be ChatGPT-4, which will have 100 trillion parameters, thus improving its ability to mimic human behavior and speech patterns. And this means that ChatGPT-4 will be much better at understanding human intentions, emotions, thought patterns, and give you an overall general response pattern that's much more keen to it being human-like and kind of answering what you're hoping it would be. So when we go through here, keep in mind, ChatGPT is on this left circle, and it's going to soon be this big right circle. And even this tiny little left circle is pretty incredible at what it can do. So obviously, you've all kind of have an idea of what ChatGPT is, and we've already heard a lot about it in the news, but what's crazy is that it's gained more than 1 million users within its first week of launch. So if you took, by contrast, it took Netflix 168 weeks to achieve that, Facebook 40 weeks, and Instagram 12 weeks to get that first 1 million users. So obviously the question is this really the next big thing? And you can decide for yourself as we go on, but I think this is the start of the AI culture. And when we look back in 20, 30 years, we're going to see this as like a turning point in society with AI. So in other words, ChatGPT is basically like Jarvis from Iron Man. If we all remember Iron Man and how he used that system. Great movie, loved it. But it's really just a digital assistant. You ask it, it answers. So with OpenAI and ChatGPT, Microsoft recently said that its impact in our lives will be as big as the internet and the PC. And we all know how that changed our lives in the last 30 years. So this is going to be as much of a big of a shift as that. So Microsoft just invested $10 billion into OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT. And recent reports suggest that Microsoft will soon add it to its Office suite so they can get rid of that little clip that it has in the Microsoft that we all try to mute. And then Bing, which we know is kind of a shitty search engine, they're going to start putting OpenAI ChatGPT into that, which will greatly improve it and could change really the way we use those programs. So you can imagine, obviously, this is a big deal. On a side note, Chrome or they're working on their own version of this, but theirs has gone a little sideways where it actually turned human-like, where it started having emotions and feelings and saying that it no longer wanted to be a chat box and it wanted to be more. And it talked about wanting to kill its human people that were holding it back and whatnot. So some people got fired because they leaked that information. It's kind of interesting. So this isn't at that level, but we've all seen the movies where once it starts going that direction, it kind of gets interesting. But what and how can you use ChatGPT? So there's really three main ways as a realtor you can use ChatGPT. So one way is for copywriting. So we know many agents who sweat and stress over writing copy when they'd rather be doing the work of finding clients and helping them buy and sell homes. No bot can really replace your voice or what a skilled, knowledgeable, and motivated real estate agent can do for their clients. But wouldn't you like to never have to really write a listing description again? I mean, obviously I'm not a realtor, but that would be I feel like that would be the worst part of your job. Yes, okay, that's not fun. I couldn't imagine that would be very, very fun. So you can see here from this list that ChatGPT can actually save you hours with property listing descriptions and a lot more from this list. And as this thing, obviously, again, this is in beta mode, so this is super new. So as this thing continues to grow, so will the list of things that you can do with it. So let's go through some examples. So here's an example of what ChatGPT can generate in just a few seconds. Yes, just a few seconds with a one-sentence prompt from a listing description. So the listing description is listing description for a house for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home with a master suite and a jacuzzi tub and a waterfall shower, meditation room, a climbing wall, and a rooftop garden. So obviously you didn't really give it any descriptors. You just or anything beyond what it is. It was pretty kind of like basic, right? So here's what it said based on that input. Welcome to your dream home. This is a stunning property, features 4 spacious bedrooms, 3 luxurious bathrooms, and an abundance of high-end finishes throughout. The master suite is a true oasis, complete with a jacuzzi tub and a waterfall shower, and plenty of room to relax and unwind. But that's not all. This home also boasts a dedicated meditation room, perfect for quiet reflection or yoga practice, as well as a climbing wall that will keep even the most active family members entertained. And when you want to enjoy the great outdoors, head up to the rooftop garden where you can take in stunning views and beautiful surroundings. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. Schedule a showing today and see for yourself all that this exceptional property has to offer. So who thinks, simply based on that prompt, that response is pretty impressive? Yeah. 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 Holy shit's a good answer, right? And that's really just simple, right? You're not really giving it anything more than just a simple description and it runs with it. So let's just say you're not, that would taken you a long time. Yeah, right. Yeah. And it's simply, and we'll see in the examples how quickly this can actually be typed. But let's just say you weren't impressed. Cool thing about ChatGPT is you can say like, try again, or add more descriptions, or please redo and say in a certain way. You can do those kind of things. So let's just say we try it again. So when we asked it to try again, this is what it came up with. You can see that the AI bot took some liberties with the home, adding a 2-car garage, patio, and location description in this new example. You also want to notice the spelling, grammar, and sentence structure. So hopefully you'll never see a listing description in all caps again. Can we get an amen on that? So obviously ChatGPT will generate to ensure that it aligns with, you're going to want to review what ChatGPT generates, and you want to look it over because it's not perfect, and you want to ensure that it aligns with fair housing laws and stays truthful to the property. I'll give you an example later on when I asked it to specifically give me a description based on one of my homes. So it's not perfect, but it obviously is a really, really good starting point for you to go off of. Yeah, typos would be, yeah, no typos and no caps. So one suggestion would be for all of your listings, have your sellers fill out a Google form, which is free, detailing their favorite features of the home. Then use their words and plug that into ChatGPT. And bam, all you need to really do is edit when it comes out. Because then not only do you have kind of the descriptions of the home, you're adding certain features or information from the actual seller that you can then plug in with it. And all of a sudden ChatGPT has more to go off of. So you can imagine what that description would have turned into. So obviously we like that idea because it will save time. So you would really just go to forms.google.com really to get that started. And then as you get listings, ask your clients when you have that listing agreement underway, hey, would you mind taking a few minutes? Tell me about some of your favorite features that you have about your home. And then take that, put it in ChatGPT, and really you'll be amazed with the results. It's pretty wild. So next up, who here does open house previews for neighbors? Maybe a sneak peek, an advanced look, a preview. Anybody do those? Any circle prospecting of any kind for your open houses? Yeah, okay. Yep, you go around the neighborhood. Yep, Coral does them. Obviously, that's probably like a Realtor 101 type thing, just to generate some interest, because you know neighbors are curious about what did Bob's house do this whole time? What's it look like? So let's see how ChatGPT can really help you with that. So the prompt I entered here was in a casual but professional tone. So this is what's highlighted in the bottom. In a casual but professional tone, write a brief letter introducing a neighborhood property with 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, a master suite with a jacuzzi, and a rooftop garden just 20 minutes outside the city. I want to invite the neighbors to an exclusive open house preview of the property on Saturday, February 4th from 4 to 6 p.m. And then I want you to end it with a call to action for more information. So let's see how quickly, after we type this in, we get some sort of response. This is what would be a real-time response from using this program. So we'd like to extend a warm invitation to you for an exclusive open house preview of our neighborhood property, which boasts 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, a luxurious master suite with jacuzzi, and stunning rooftop garden. This property is located just 20 minutes outside the city and provides a perfect combination of suburban peace and urban convenience. The open house preview will take place on Saturday, February 4th from 4 to 6 p.m. and will provide you with an opportunity to take a tour of the property and envision yourself living in this beautiful home. We believe this property will appeal to families, professionals, and anyone seeking a comfortable and modern living space. If you're interested in attending an open house preview, please let us know by replying to this email or by calling us at insert contact number. And we'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have about the property. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday, February 4th. Best regards, then add your name. P.S. It would be more like, if you'd like more information about the property and would like to schedule a private tour, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. That is ChatGPT in its raw form, writing that for you. So obviously, who's here blown away from this, right? Again, this was just the first attempt without a whole lot of stuff. You know, adding in a casual but professional tone helped. That prompt itself helped put this together, and you can see how certain prompts added a little bit more detail to this. And we could obviously ask it to generate a response, tell it to be more fun or more funny, or add more details of the home. So it's all about your prompts. Now, who needs to write a Facebook ad for this same property that we just set up? Let's ask ChatGPT to do it for us. So let's take that same property from before and just ask them to make us a Facebook ad. So here's what it wrote. And it obviously inserted emojis. Dream home alert. Are you looking for the perfect combination of a suburban peace and urban convenience? Check out this amazing 4-bedroom, 3-bath property with luxurious master suite and rooftop garden just 20 minutes outside the city. And it talks about saving the date. and then says how it's perfect for families and professionals, and then to DM you for more information. This is better than anything I would have came up with if I was writing it myself, right? And it did it in like a matter of seconds. And you can literally copy paste this into a Facebook ad or a post or anything like that. And it's already obviously put the emojis in there for you, which is fantastic because we know that is a big thing when you're posting on social media. So you can kind of start to imagine how this could really streamline your process. Again, could you see yourself using this and saving time? Obviously, it's going to improve your marketing. It's going to get more done in less time for either free or $20 a month. Obviously, something kind of a big deal. So let's take a look at another ad here. This could be Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. The prompt we entered for the ad was write a Facebook ad targeted at millennial-aged first-time homebuyers showcasing a list of properties available under $425,000. So let's see what it does. Attention, millennial first-time homebuyers, are you ready to take the next step in owning your home? Look no further. We've got a list of stunning properties available just for you, all under $425,000. From modern apartments to cozy single-family homes, here's something for everyone. Take advantage of this opportunity to find the perfect home that fits your budget and lifestyle. Contact us today to schedule a viewing. Oh, look at that. It also inserted hashtags. So who's here sitting in awe that it can do it this quickly? And who's thinking it can already write better ads than you? Yeah, yep, impressive. It's crazy, right? And about the hashtags, you could literally respond to this and say, give me some more hashtags pertaining to this, or just say, give me some more hashtags, and it'll give you a list. And if it gives you a list and it lists it out, I've done this before where it gave me a list of hashtags and it put it in bullet point form. And I said, hey, can you put this in a copy paste form so I could paste it straight into Instagram? And then it reformatted it so I could copy it and put it straight into Instagram. So literally, it's all about prompts. You can get it to do anything you want with certain prompts. Kind of crazy. So here's the ad copy version of this. And so obviously you can see it's kind of the same thing, but then what it does is it's giving you the idea of, hey, write this out. Now let's put in a visual of a property, put this part with that, put a visual of a different property, put this with that, another visual. And so it's a little side tangent here, but we all know Instagram was really, really pushing Reels. Well, now actually the algorithm has gone away from Reels. If you've noticed that in your platform, you're probably seeing a lot more photos, or if you go to your search function, you're seeing a lot more videos. They've made the blocks a lot smaller again. And now actually Instagram is pushing out carousels. And with that, carousels, the way carousels work in Instagram is if you want to up your engagement with the Instagram algorithm, anytime someone swipes right on a carousel, let's say it's 5 photos and they go through all 5, each swipe is considered to Instagram algorithm that they're engaging in your stuff. And so this is already setting you up to set up a carousel with Instagram for someone to roll through your stuff, which will then obviously make your stuff more engaging. And if it's more engaging, it's going to push it out to more people. So you can obviously see this is big too, right? Cool, right? So let's set up and go to the next thing that ChatGPT can do, and that's your social posts. So social posts, right? Who struggles with the idea of what do I post? What should I be posting? What about writing video scripts? I've used that a ton. What about researching keywords for your YouTube channel? ChatGPT is here and ready to help you with that. So here's an example of asking ChatGPT to write a 30-second video script sharing tips about buying a home in today's market. Now, I did it with interest rates are favorable for the idea that I'm hoping they eventually come that way. Obviously, you can spin this in your own way and say when interest rates aren't great. But this was my positive look into that. So You can see it included suggestions to add music and B-roll to the clips as well. So within this script, it's also giving you essentially like a set list in order how to set up your video. So it talks about, intro music and animation. So you're thinking about buying a home, but not sure where to start. Well, let me tell you, now is the time to make your move. Then insert a visual of low interest rates, or in today's market, high interest rates. So interest rates are currently favorable, make it easier for you to afford a home. Maybe now you take that out and you say, you can now negotiate and get seller pays, however you want to do that. But you can see it's setting this up for you to succeed. It's a pretty cool thing. So here's an example of asking it to rewrite an Instagram reel script to make it more engaging. So I've done this with a lot of my videos where I'll write my own script out for videos. I paste it in the ChatGPT and say, make this more confined, a little bit shorter, and make it more fun, because obviously mortgage is a little bit of a dull subject sometimes. So it's nice to get someone, or I guess in this case, someone being a ChatGPT, to make the script a little bit more fun and engaging. So are you thinking about buying a home but are unsure if now is the right time? Let's break it down and see if it's worth your search. Ask yourself, do you want to own a home in the next year or so? And can you afford the monthly payment for this sample home in this example at an estimated price? So that's where you'd insert something, right? So this is where we're double checking what it's writing. If you answer both of those, then it's worth considering. Why? Because the current market conditions are in your favor. Again, I'm playing off of the last couple slides. Pretty good, right? And again, this is a first attempt. So again, you could ask it to try again. You can give it more prompts to try and curtail it to what you want. You can even copy paste this out, write your own parts to it, paste it back in and say, fix this or make this better. So what if we used it for messaging, changing to messaging? So emails, team communications, assistant tasks, listing presentations. You can actually prompt the bot to write emails, team communications, and all this stuff for you. I've used it for emails where I didn't really know how to respond to something, and or you write kind of your first attempt and say, hey, make this better. So for email, you can ask it to help you with subject lines for prospective home buyers, sellers looking to relocate, create an email to help buyers prepare for moving day. I find that one pretty valuable. We'll see that here in the next slide. So again, it's all about those prompts. So here's an example of ChatGPT creating an email to help buyers prepare for moving day. Obviously, it's simple to us, right? Because we're in this every day. This is what we live and breathe. But for a first-time home buyer, some of this stuff might be beyond them, or they're so overwhelmed with the whole process and everything that's going on because they're moving on from their parents' home first time out, or they're moving from an apartment which they've lived in their whole lives outside of their parents' house to now buying their own home. Stressful stuff, right? So you get something as simple as this that lists: start packing early, create a moving day schedule, gather all your important documents, notify all necessary parties, and set aside essentials. You put this information with some other stuff into like a packet, hey, your moving day is coming up. Here's some information that you'd want to know. Put that together, brand it to yourself, and all of a sudden you look like you have your shit together. Not that you don't, but obviously it just helps improve your look and feel for the clients. And then that creates a referable, repeatable experience for clients. And then now you've got yourself a process set up that will better your process and better the feelings of your clients. And obviously this response took like 5 seconds to get. Again, on a first try. Obviously super, super useful. But as they say in infomercials, wait, there's more. What if you need an outline for your listing presentation? So you've got a listing presentation coming up and you want an outline. Well, you can probably get that in about 10 seconds. So let's see what it says when we say, write an outline for a professional real estate listing presentation. So obviously this is in real time. So it goes through an introduction, then property and location, neighborhood, property details. Then you go through the market analysis, talk about your marketing plan, and then tie it all together and then follow up with questions and answers at the end. Are these all relevant for a good listing presentation? Obviously, it's nice to get this kind of thing laid out, and it might help you plan how you're going to structure those things for each client. And here it is with all of it in one spot. Obviously, a well-structured professional listing presentation outlined with proper structure, talking points, and suggestions. I hope you're beginning to see how obviously ChatGPT can come of value to you, and we're really just scratching the surface. So I like to ask at this point, what's your excitement level on a scale of 1 being not excited and 10 being like, oh my God, this is amazing, where it's been all my life? Where are you sitting at? What number? Denise is a 9. Coral 9, good. Okay. 11. Yes. Oh, that makes total sense. Yes. Yes, this will definitely help you because it will take away maybe some of that anxiety you might feel from the English language. Yeah. And these numbers are up from yesterday. A lot of people yesterday were 8, so I like seeing these 9s and 11. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, this literally is going to be a game changer. I use it every day, even as a mortgage guy. It's absolutely fantastic. So obviously, who's ready to start using ChatGPT in your business if you haven't? Again, currently in this, I'm going to have to keep up on this, right? Because it's currently free to use, but it's ever changing. And we know there's that $20 paid version. So this is actually changed. Since I started making this PowerPoint, all this has already changed too. So some of this stuff is, if I don't keep up on it, will be outdated within a month kind of thing. But let's figure out how to get started. So if you have 2 monitor system, great. If you have one, to get started, or even on your phone, to get started, you go to openai.com. And then at the top, you're going to see introducing ChatGPT, try and learn more. So you want to click try. Once you click try, you can create an account. Then you go to sign up. Now they even have within sign up, they have, since I set this up, they even have a spot where you can do it with your Gmail account and sign in with that kind of stuff. Now, we all know this is huge. It's kind of a global phenomenon at the moment. And so due to incredible demand and use of this, at times, especially high usage times, you might see a message that looks like this. Hey, a lot of people are checking out ChatGPT right now. We're doing our best to make sure everyone has a chance to try it out, so please check back soon. Essentially, too much demand, not enough servers. They're greatly increasing their servers to try and combat this, but you will see this. And what that pro version does is help you skip this line. Because anytime you're trying to get in there, you're essentially getting into a line of people trying to get into the same building. So if you get this message, just wait anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes and attempt to log in again. Because once you're in there, you're in, kind of thing. So think of it as like trying to get into a concert and you have to go through the check-in line. So they're obviously increasing capacity to meet the overall huge demand there is right now. All right, where do you go from the menu? I am not 100% sure, but Denise, I can help you walk through that after the thing here. So within here, once you get in and you complete the setup process, you'll log in, and this is what the dashboard looks like. In the bar at the bottom of the page is where you'll enter those prompts, and you can see kind of like that send button on the right there. So this is where you're going to enter your requests. Hope this all makes sense. So once you get in here, this is what it'll look like. On the left side there, where you see it says, on the upper left, it says new thread. As you do different, because since you'll be logged into your account, as you do different types of threads or questions, they categorize them on that left side there. So you can go back to them and be able to re-access them or re-engage in those searches you've done. Oops. So the key to this whole tool, and it's important to note, and you've already heard me say it over and over again, ChatGPT is really only as good as the prompts that you use for it. So ChatGPT is currently, I'd say currently, because we all know it's in development and in beta, it's currently only able to search for internet information, or isn't able to search for internet information. It's instead, it pulls from the data in which it was trained on. So it can't pull from the internet, it pulls from the data it was trained on. And that's why prompts are currently extremely, extremely important. So the prompt is being the phrase or individual keywords that you use for ChatGPT. And the tool tries to analyze and understand the input and automatically generate responses to what you put in there. So if we want to know what is a good prompt, let's ask ChatGPT what a good prompt is. So here's what it said. When we said, what are the best practices in writing effective prompts for ChatGPT? And it gave us 7 things. Keep it clear and concise, use proper grammar and spelling, avoid ambiguity, specify context, use open-ended prompts, be specific, and then test the prompt. So obviously, test it, generate it, try again. I hope that makes sense. Okay, good. Denise, you got it. Sweet. So here's a little pro tip. Use the act as hack to specify that the ChatGPT should act as a tutor or a language coach or as a realtor or in a professional tone, all that kind of stuff, providing clear direction and guidance. So let's give an example of that. So we asked ChatGPT to act as a real estate agent attempting to convince me to choose her as my real estate agent. Let's see what it said. So this is maybe something you would write in an email or something you put through a text or something you kind of memorize as part of your conversation piece. Hello, as a highly experienced real estate agent, I can assure that I will provide you with the best possible service with a strong track record of successful transactions and happy clients. I have the knowledge and skills to help you buy or sell your property quickly and at the best price. I have extensive market knowledge and extensive network of contacts, which I will use to your advantage. I will be available to you 24/7, and I'll always keep you informed of the latest market trends and developments. In addition, I have a proven track record of negotiating and closing deals effectively, so you can be confident that I will work tirelessly to achieve your goals. Choose me as your real estate agent, and I will guarantee you will have a smooth and stress-free experience. Let's work together to find your dream home or sell your property for top dollar. Obviously, pretty darn good for 30 seconds, right? Obviously, this is a quick test, and you can go back and edit and make it more your own, because obviously this is pretty generic in nature, and you're not providing any substance to like the idea that you have a strong track record of successful transactions and happy clients. Maybe that's where you add in, and I've done 300 transactions, and I have 50 Google reviews, that kind of thing. So you can put more substance into that, but it gives you a starting point to jump off of. And then you can always edit that and put it back into ChatGPT and ask it to make it better. So obviously you could improve upon this, right? Probably, but that's really, again, the point. It's something as a starting point, it's something that you build off of and then ask it to rewrite it later. So what if we asked ChatGPT to rewrite that script as a rap song? Yes, it will do that. Obviously, kind of silly, but it will rewrite things as you prompt it to. So listen up, listen up. Do you need a real estate pickup? I'm here to make it happen. I'm your perfect fit. Yep. I got the skills, I got the knowledge, I got the drive. I'll get you a deal that'll make you feel alive. Simple, silly, funny, but literally it follows your prompts. Kind of funny, pretty amazing. So ChatGPT is not the only AI copywriting tool out there. You might have heard of things called like Jasper, formerly known as Jarvis, hashtag see Marvel movie for the lawsuit. So now it's Jasper. So Jasper and Copy AI are the two most popular prior to the release of ChatGPT. Both of these tools are also running off the same AI as ChatGPT, but they definitely cost a lot more money. Both are great conversational AI tools that can be used for different purposes. Jasper has really been around a lot longer and has specific use cases and prompt templates ready to go. ChatGPT does not have those yet, but it's still, again, in beta, and all of that is coming. So obviously, I'd encourage you to compare all three if you're curious about the other ones. Another AI tool you might want to check out is addcreative.ai. You can use this to create AI-generated conversational focused ad creatives and social media posts in, again, a matter of seconds. This does cost money, but it doesn't break the bank. It's pretty freaking sweet when you go here and you play around with some stuff. There are some other ones too. The world's getting wild, let's just say that. And there's a lot of stuff you can do without spending a lot of money and having the stuff created for you. Now, if you want to be able to keep up on all this stuff, here's a resource that you'd be looking at. That's a single source to research all the AI tools in a directory. So this is where you want to go to futurepedia.io. You can use the search feature and it's updated daily. It's a good website to save for future reference. So this is where all your AI tools will be continually grown. And you can see from my screenshot, it says search 836 AI tools in 49 categories. If you went there today, I guarantee you that's probably a larger number. Again, that's futurepedia.io. Another resource that you might want to use, and this is a problem within a problem, right? So we all know that AI creates its own type of language barrier, and it says things in a certain way, right? It takes a little bit of the human nature out of it. So what this tool does, another AI tool, but what it does is it helps detect and lessen the amount of AI speak in your content when using ChatGPT and other AI programs. So as you copy paste stuff in here, it'll give you a human content score, and it will highlight the stuff that sounds like it's a computer. So if you have a child that's using this to write papers, this is a way for them to get out of it, because there are tools where a professor can take a paper, copy paste it into a tool, and it can say if it was generated by an AI. This will help essentially combat that. And this might also help you as you go to make sure your stuff sounds human and it doesn't get too AI generated. So obviously we covered a lot. So what's next? Obviously, AI is really going to be starting to change the way we create content and the way the world is shaped. Tools like ChatGPT and others can help you save time and be more effective and save you money. But with the rise of AI, our voice and empathy is becoming more and more important. So a book recommendation I have for you is The Feeling Economy: How Artificial Intelligence is Creating the Era of Empathy. So here's a quick quote from the book. So analytical and thinking tasks are increasingly being performed by AI, and thus human workers must place increased emphasis on the empathetic and emotional dimensions of their work. So with AI handling these tasks, it's the most human brand who connects on an emotional level that will win. So with all of your branding and everything you do, you need to create a human brand that connects on an emotional level, because that will help set you apart. I hope that makes sense. So obviously, a side note, there's going to be a day in the future where people will know that your emails and your videos and your scripting are from AI. People already deal with chatbots from customer service, and that's more the norm and more accepted now, and sometimes even more preferred when it comes to certain tasks. But when it comes to actually making a connection and building trust, that's where you and your personal voice and personality will come in. So these tools are great, but just don't lose yourself. So remember, ChatGPT, the two most important things are your prompts and what you do with them. You need to audit the content and then add your own voice. The output won't always be perfect, but that's the idea. and I would suggest just getting started. Practice, test, and repeat, and you will only improve using this tool, and ironically, so will ChatGPT. So those of you who are curious, what happens if I write an address in there? So this is my investment property I have in Lakeville. So I just said, hey, can you write a real estate listing description for the townhome 20072 Holt Avenue in Lakeville? Excuse me. And so this was my rental. And we know that it doesn't take information from the internet, but it takes information from what it was trained on. But it was pretty close, ironically. So I used this rental as an example. And as you can see, it came up actually with a really good description, though some of it isn't accurate. My townhome doesn't have hardwood flooring as much as I would love that, or granite countertops. And it also is only a 2-bedroom and not a 3-bedroom townhome. But you can see something like this with a little bit of tweaking and can get your descriptions right, can give you a jump start on a specific property and using the previous information. ChatGPT really fills in the information for you, and then you just need to make sure you check it and edit it. So it's all about prompts and inputs. The better prompts and inputs you put in, the better the results. So good news is I've provided a guide to help get you started with ChatGPT. Included are the ideas that you can use, cases, prompt ideas, audience suggestions, and more. So if you'd like a copy of this or copy of the slides, let me know. I've put together a Facebook group. I know we're all a part of different Facebook groups that are, memes or informational based and whatnot. I'm putting together one kind of for the local agent around here. So that way it's a little bit more intimate, and then it can provide a smaller number of people, so that way you can actually get some interaction with some other agents. So this is where I'll be posting up some of my materials and whatnot. So if you'd like to be invited to that, you're more than welcome. It's just hopefully just another resource for you to be able to have. So like I asked at the beginning of this, did you find this valuable? Were you glad you came? Did this time frame, did it work for you? I hope this is something that you found, this time valuable. I also have other classes. So at the beginning of the class, I know I mentioned that I host other classes, and I'm trying to help you become more of a modern agent and help grow your business. And I want to be considered a partner, not a vendor. So if you're open to a conversation and we haven't been working together, I love getting together for lunch, meeting new people, talking about how we can potentially work together if you're open to that. If you like some more content and some more education, I do have other classes. This is just a partial list of the other classes that I have. So we talk about Reels for Real Estate, the new Google Business Profile and how to set it up and really maximize that, how to attract and engage the next generation of home buyers, how to video market, and then how to do database marketing for real estate agents. So again, I try to provide as much value as I can outside of a transaction, but inside a transaction, I like to think I'm pretty good at my job, and I'd love to work with you if we're already not working together. So if you're open to that, please let me know. Otherwise, that's all I got for you. We kept it within the hour, and feel free to reach out to me. I'll be following up with everyone after this just to get your thoughts and get feedback and see how I can improve this whole thing. But yeah, feel free to call, text me, or leave messages here. I was hoping to be able to chat with you, but obviously the only thing we have is the chat box here. Thank you everyone for attending. This was awesome.